Welcome back. So I just added a simple profile page right here. I just added some information. I just want to kind of give you guys an overview about what we're going to cover in the next couple of lessons before we actually continue. So first of all, we're going to have a username that's kind of required to kind of do the save. The rest of them will be the optional, but if you kind of want to save, I added a username. I'm not sure if that's what we want to do, but at least for now, that'll mean that when I start typing a username, it'll pop up here with the save button, so you can actually change something. But without a username, it's okay, you don't have it when you create the profile, but afterwards, if you want to change it, it needs to be here, and you kind of need to, it's required, right? And also it needs to be 4 characters. I'm going to show the username and the email up here, and I'm going to make a small icon that we're going to save in the storage here. So there's a few things taken care of right here already. We also have, of course, getting the user and the actual user information from the backend. So first the authenticated user to get the email, but also the username from the actual database up here in Firebase, right? Then we're going to have this as its own field for now, because I think when we change password, it should be somewhere else. So I'm not going to add the change password in here. I'm going to click this and add a change password somewhere later on. So we don't want to cover that now, but just to explain why I don't have a repeat password and change password down here. I want this to be another place where it's called security or something like that. That's kind of the setup. Now, what do we have in code? So if we jump into the code, it looks a lot like the others we built. So there's not a lot here I want to cover. I just pretty much hard-coded the image right now. That's going to be a Firebase image later on that we're going to get from the storage. I added the subtitles, etc. Nothing new here. A new profile, a new button that saves, and a few different placeholders right here, or input fields with placeholders. And then in the end, I have 2 buttons. I have the simple button that I can kind of use to go to the change password, and then I have the other one that is for actually saving the actual form right here. Now, one thing I want you to notice is that I think is an easy fix to kind of get the right layout here. I just did a stretch layout right here to kind of get all the space with a div. That means that now I got all this space here, and then I just added the button first, the button, and then I want to align that to the right. Left side, right? So in the middle, I just added a flex layout that grabbed the rest of the space and just made a small offset, and I just put in change password there as text, and then I add the other button in the other end. That's just, I think that's an easy way to kind of grab the middle space and then push a button to each side. So I don't know if you can use that, but that's what I did. Now the other thing I did in here was just add the form and just add the errors like we had in the sign up component. Now the error part, I think that when I see this twice, I would start to consider maybe adding this in its own service, something like that you can reuse, or class or something. But let's not do that for now. The last thing I did is in the auth module, I needed the icons now, so I added the icon module. So that's it. That's all I did. So that's what you're going to get when you do the git checkout 58 in the next lesson. So now you know what I've kind of pre-built for you. See you in the next lesson. Have fun.